No.
On a more serious topic, sir, the state of physical media for gaming, particularly on PlayStation. PlayStation, they're reporting that only 3% of PlayStation's revenue came from physical media. Um, that amounts to $1 billion,
Which is actually
which
really
is still
good.
a lot of money, right? It's like what the heck. Um, it's but at the same time we're seeing how it's shrinking, right? It's shrinking rapidly, and uh, giving people the option of going, a digital versus disc. That may be, a reason why. Um, I'm on the mindset like, and I already told you, like for PS6, because PS5 games run well enough on a PS5 that you know, um, I don't mind not having a disc drive for PS6 and just going full digital for next go around. Like right now, dude, like Ghost of Yote, like I haven't pre-ordered or anything. I may just buy it digital because like there's no like special edition or anything. There's a collector's, but that's too expensive. Um, but there's no like a deluxe edition like with Ghost of Tsushima that I have the steel book and whatnot. This one's like a straight plastic box. I was like, might as well just buy a digital. Same thing with Death Stranding. That's why I didn't pre-order. I was like, oh, no steel book, no nothing. Nah, I'm good. So yeah, man. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but we're seeing where it diminished. That's that was 4% last year, 6% the year before, and then now it's coming down to where um, a lot of these games that are being sold are straight up digital, or people just paying for PS Plus. Do you think? First of all, how do you feel about this, right? And do you think this is the Game Pass effect, where yeah, let's have everything here, and that way we don't have to worry about discs?
Yeah, I think there's a few things. One, where it's just a new generation of gamers that have taken over the market. Like the digital generation has is here.
Yeah.
People act like Gen Z is like, a 6-year-old kid. That's not the case anymore. They're older now. They're buying their stuff and they want it digital and they want instant access. They want their Netflix style, which is what Game Pass has been, right? So it doesn't operate the same way. I think PlayStation, I would like to see them develop something similar to a Game Pass, but we've talked before about the Game Pass model not being very successful for the long term. You lose money on it. PlayStation Now, I remember being a whole thing with the last, not ideal either. So that's a whole separate conversation to be had.
Yeah.
My point being is, like, even myself, I'll use myself as an example. All of the last few games that I've bought, I've only bought digital on my PlayStation. I have not bought a physical game in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Every game that I bought for PlayStation has been digital, and I'll tell you why. There's one, like, if I see a really good deal on the PS Store, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah.
There's some, they have become competitive enough where before, and you felt like with the physical media is like, oh, I could go to GameStop and they have a sale price. I don't do that the same. I think the only times I would consider doing like a physical media type situation like that, and now there's still again competition, is when it's like Black Friday or like a Cyber Monday, an end of the year sale, game of
A
the year
BOGO
type
sale.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like, okay, I'll get two, I get one more or whatever. Like those would be the moments I'd be, or let me consider get some physical media, and I know I can run it because I have the disc based PS5, whatever. Um, but when they gave the consumer the opportunity to buy a digital only console, they unlocked Pandora's box and they gave people an opportunity to now fully invest in saying, I will go digital only. And if I don't, I wonder how sales numbers are. Like they just tell us all the time that this is how many units have been moved of PS5s. But I wonder if digital moves better than disc. I would have to think so. Price wise, options wise, I think that probably digital outsells the I bet you they
That's
probably have them tiered and how many they even have on the market.
that's a that's
Um,
an interesting conversation because they don't split it. They
they
don't
don't
they
tell
don't
us.
tell you. Yeah.
We don't. We this is so that's all hyperbole. Like,
And
I
I
don't
know that
know.
at the beginning, you could walk. I don't want to say that you could walk into Walmart and buy a digital one because you couldn't, right? Everything
No,
was sold out.
was that way for like a
But
year.
yeah. But when they started popping out in the wild, it was mostly the digital ones that you can get at like Walmart. Now,
They're all available now. You can
yeah,
get them.
yeah. But I want to think is like I know that last time I went to like Walmart, they didn't have digitals. They were all discs. No pros. I haven't seen a pro in the wild at all.
Yeah, me either. Me either.
Which is interesting, right? And the Pro out of the box is digital. If you want the disc, you have to buy the disc separate. It
Hmm.
doesn't. It's not like the base PS5 where you can still get it with the disc. And then I know I went to Sam's Club last weekend, and then what they have is the disc drive one. So
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
I'll tell
It'd
you.
be interesting to see what the actual at the end of the day what the actual numbers are. So yeah,
The numbers would be able to put to rest my argument or prove it, and I think that would be so. I'm just throwing out the things. The other reason why Obed, like I told you, the sale thing, that whatever. But then for me, there's also a lot of really great pre-order bonus and opportunities of like the unlock happening at a specific time. We don't have like in the old
yeah,
days where you had like the midnight launch events where you could go to like a GameStop or whatever, and the community came together and said, we're going to pick up this game at night, go back home and go play it.
yeah,
Like I remember that was a big thing. Some of my friends did that a lot. And like now if you want, you have to basically buy it on Amazon, wait for it to come in the mail the next day at 3 p.m. or whatever time your local Amazon dude shows up. And if you took off the day from work to play this game and you were really eager, you're not gonna be able to play it
right,
right away. You have to wait for the mail to come in, or physically go out to a store. And people, we're learning online shopping is a big thing. Like people still go to stores. I'm not saying they don't. It exists, but I'm just saying, like next generation coming up. I mean, I talk to my friends. What do they all do? They do their door dashing. They do their Instacarts. They do their ships. These different like these companies aren't making a little bit of money. It's growing. So the demand to get it at your door is quite significant. And a digital presence like this, where it's not a physical item, you can play it digitally. Why wouldn't they want to just go on a market? Press that this, and they even have it easy now. You can Apple Pay it on
yeah,
your thing, whatever. And like they've made it easy for me to get it digital.
yeah.
There's games that I'm playing with my friends that I talk about 2K, like I got a week early access because of buying the Superstar edition, and then like I had it pre-downloaded to my console, so the moment that thing opened up on the servers, I was playing it instantly. I
Yeah,
couldn't do that if I got physical.
yeah,
Like there's a lot of positives to digital and things like that that just didn't exist in the market before. So I'm not shocked when I see these numbers. Like things that people need to take, not just I'd like to have something in my hands. We're past that now. Now there's other opportunities and options that move the consumer to go more digital.
right. And the way that we, overall consume media has
Right.
shifted. I mean, it's not shifting. It shifted already,
It's been
and
done.
and and then gaming has been holding on to like physical media, and that's why a lot of people. Man, I really don't understand why people are mad about the switch to key cards. Because people are mad about the key cards. It's like, well, the card doesn't have anything. You have to put the card in, and then the game downloads into your Switch 2. So, but you still need the card to play it, and people get mad at that. And there's technology reasons behind it. First of all,
Right.
and then second is um, everything's digital now. Like where can I buy a Steam Deck physical game, Joe? Tell me. You can't.
You can't. That's not
You
exist.
can't. Exactly. It does not exist.
They've
So
not given you that option.
the Switch at least gives you an option, so you can at least have a box, and it's like, oh yeah, if you want to have a box for it, and it looks cool, and it looks cool on your shelf, and then you play it on your Switch, and then you put it in, right? At the end of the day, a lot of the reason behind the key cards is transfer speeds. Like those cards, the transfer speed on those cards is not as fast as the internal SSD on the Switch 2. And these games are optimized to work at a certain speed, so you can't just run it off of the card. That's a
Right.
simple technology reason for it, right? It sucks, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's the same thing. Why you can't run, you know, a game from a floppy disk. You have to install the game on the hard disk, and then, you know, because it's just, you know, oh, the computer is different, right? But back in the day, like, you can load up something out of a floppy, and they were so small that you can just load it into RAM, like the whole thing. So you didn't really need the floppy, right? But then
Right.
it's the same concept for the game key cards, which, like, to me, it's like, it kind of stinks, but I understand why, right? And that's the thing. Like, a
Yeah.
lot of people complain about it, and they just don't understand the reasoning behind it. They just think, oh no, these companies are scamming us. So like Sega's not doing any physical games; they're all key cards. It's like, they're not scamming you. It's just that they have you know, first of all, a technology reason behind it, and then, you know, second, they're at least giving you the opportunity to have something on your shelf. But, you know, that to me is, it's all fine. But yeah, going back to what you said, like, and I totally agree. Like, the PlayStation sales online are very aggressive, and
Yeah.
some, like,
Yeah.
their pricing sometimes is really really good. Shinobi, like even with Shinobi, like Shinobi, I wanted to get like the limited run version, and I was on the site, and I had it on the cart. I was gonna pre-order it. And then I went back. I was like, well, I can get the digital deluxe. PS Plus is giving me a discount already on it, and I can play it 3 days early. The limited run, it says TBD for the release date. I don't know when this is coming out. So, you know, I had to do what I had to do, and I wanted to support the product, right? It's like, I
Right.
gotta,
Right.
like,
Right.
this
Right.
is Sega coming back and doing an old school thing, you know, and I wanted to support it, so I went back and did what I had to do. But it shifted, right? We're in a different time, in a different era. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. Again, I'm 100%, I'm 95% certain that
Close to 100.
that Xbox next year, no disc for no consoles. Like, it's gonna be 100% digital. They're done. Like, that's it.
I kind of feel like PlayStation is headed that way too
Play,
now.
PlayStation out of the box will be digital. I think they will give you the option, like they did with the Pro.
They're not going to put
But
GameStop out of
but
business.
they're not gonna. Well, not necessarily GameStop. It's that remember, you got to remember the PlayStation has a bigger market in, like, the Middle East and
Oh,
South America,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Which
That
they need to have
where they don't
actual
have the,
physical media.
yeah, they don't have the infrastructure, or there are laws that require it to be physical, right?
Right.
So it's different. And that's why, like, Xbox, that they're done. Like, the Xbox market,
Military
Xbox,
workers and
yeah.
stuff.
Well, Xbox market is the U.S., and that's basically it. Like, it's like outside of the
Yeah.
U.S., Xbox has no market. Like, maybe in Europe here and there, but that's about it.
Makes sense.
But that's why PlayStation, because PlayStation is bigger in other regions. They may
Yeah.
just keep going, and doing their thing. So, yeah, man. It's, I mean, it's, we'll see, but it's is very interesting that that's only 4%. It's still $1 billion. PlayStation doing fairly well for themselves. They're not. You don't. You guys don't need to be concerned. This whole gaming's dead and all that. That's not. It's not. It's not really there. So.